up.
Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.
It's Dumbass of the Day. It's brought to you by Peterson's U-Card. They know spring is right around the corner, like the rest of us. And they've got everything that you need. They're ready for you. Make sure you check them out. Supplies for your yard, landscape, pipe, concrete, online at Peterson, the letter U, cart.com.
Spring? I mean, this last week it was like summer was right around the corner. We just skip spring
It's
altogether.
so tricky because it gets hot, and then you know it's going to get cold, rainy, and wet.
I know. We're in for like a horrible February, I swear.
Hey, let's do Dumbass of the Day.
I already know not everybody thinks I'm funny. My last girlfriend, or as I like to call her, the Xbox. Now, she is a perfect example. I know, right? Doesn't that just sum it up? What a ray of sunshine. She was so loud, like all the time, and bulimic, you know?
Oh,
I was always going, honey, keep it down. And, all right, that was just a tester. That joke was just a tester. I'm glad you guys passed it. She got some intelligence. She was an idiot.
Oh, God.
Intelligence is key, and she was locked out. It was really sad, too. I wanted it to work. I really did. I remember the night I knew it wouldn't. We were watching Dr. Dolittle Part 2. And 3/4 of the way into the film, there's a scene where Eddie Murphy's getting sued. So his wife in the flick's going to be his lawyer. She looks at me and goes, "Oh, my God, you got to be kidding me. They would never let your spouse represent you in a court of law. This movie's ridiculous." And I'm like, there have been animals talking. She was not smart. Yeah.
Dumbass of the Day. 93.3 KCOC.
That sounds like that guy that you gave a ride to. The really funny little comedian.
It wasn't. Brett Riley? I don't know who that was. But
I miss going to stand-up
super
shows,
old.
man.
Like, that probably came out like when Brett Riley was...
We need more comedy.
Was
That's
like
funny.
17.
Do you know that guy's name?
I don't.
Funny.
I have no idea.
He's probably terrible the rest of the time, but that was a funny gig.
No, we play a few from him. And God, I wish I would have known. I wish I could attribute it because
people want to know all the time. They're like, "Hey, who was that comedian?" I'm like, I don't know.
The problem is when I made a lot of these,
We don't put their name down.
I would just grab them and I wouldn't save it into the file name. Like some of them I do, but if it's very few and far between because it's based on topic, not on who's the comedian is.
Right.
So it's like.
So you would much rather have dumb than crazy, right? Because crazy shows up to your house
Yes.
to make sure you haven't been smoking a cigarette, and when you come down the stairs after a shower, and she's standing there going...
I don't think there's an either or in that realm. I think crazy is a little bit dumb and dumb's a little bit crazy. You know, I mean,
she didn't...
You like to paint everything as black and white, and it's not. I mean,
I understand.
With dumb and crazy, there's gray area, and they both cross over.
But there's ditzy dumb, and then there's crazy.
They cross over like Leonard Skinner does with country music. I mean, come on.
Hit you with her car. That's what happened here. This happened in Pittsburgh. I feel like the chicks in Pittsburgh are just a little harder anyway.
Oh, yeah.
They're tough.
Pittsburgh girls are
Steel
crazy.
chicks, man. She's 24 years old. Her name is Nancy Hawthorne. She hit her ex-boyfriend with a car. She was drunk, of course, and she was pissed off because she was pretty sure he had a girl. They'd broken up, but she was pretty sure he had a girl in the apartment.
The victim in this case received a knock at the door, more like pounding. More like an agitated pounding, we'll say. She believed that there was another female in the house, maybe a new girlfriend or so. Accelerates her vehicle and hits him with the vehicle, pinning him against another parked vehicle.
The victim suffered multiple cuts, bruises. He was able to grab the keys, and I guess, I don't know how she pinned him and he was able to do it, but he was able to get the keys. And that way, I guess maybe that's why he's alive.
You know, at some point, you got that little voice in your head that says, maybe I shouldn't be doing this. Maybe this is one of those instances where you listen to that voice.
I don't know if Crazy hears that voice. Crazy hears a lot of other voices. I just don't know if they hear that one that's responsible, that says, yeah, this might be a bad idea. Maybe I should stop now. She was arrested. She was taken to jail. DUI, assault, attempted murder.
See?
Attempted murder.
I mean, not only was that a little bit dumb, a little bit crazy, but then a little drunk too.
What do you get when you get a little dumb, a little crazy, and a little
they
drunk?
all find each other, Jeremy. You
Dumb,
don't
drunk,
understand.
and crazy is no way to go through life, Miss Hawthorne. Hey, Nancy, congratulations. You're Jeff and Jeremy.
Dumbass of the day. 93.3 KZOZ.
Don't be a dummy when it comes to your landscape supplies. Go to Peterson U-Cart on Gusta Road, just north of Quickie Car Wash in Atascadero.
All right, so it's Jeff and Jeremy here. I don't think you have house guests very often because you have kids. And you've always lived in a fairly small house. What was the square footage of the house you sold in Templeton? Was it like 1,000?
1,100. No,
Oh.
1,200.
Oh, that's not.
Or
Yeah,
was it 11?
the house in Slow-
It may have been 1,100. The house in Slow was 650.
No way.
Yeah.
I thought it was 900.
2-bedroom.
650.
650, yeah.
Nobody ever stayed with you then, right? Did you ever have anybody stay
Yeah,
with you?
my dad did on the night that after our marriage because his flight got
Was he a good house guest?
held up at San Francisco and he didn't have a place to stay. And it was in the middle of the summer and, hotel rooms. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, he was a great house guest.
Now, I'm sure you've been a house guest. If I'm a house guest, and I am a house guest every summer and a few other times throughout the year, the number one thing I'm always going to do, because I'm looking at the 11 things house guests do that piss people off, and I have a friend, we have a friend you refuse to let stay with you, he always stays with me, and I like him.
No, I mean, that could change.
And he checks about every one of these boxes.
That could change under the,
I'm definitely
under the new condition.
Yeah, with the new compound you
Yeah.
got with the swimming pool, he's definitely staying
that
with
could
you.
change.
You go stink up your house with cigars. Anyways,
It's got a big backyard, so it's fine.
I always make the bed. It's the first thing I do, and I get up in the morning and I make the bed in the room that I'm staying in because I don't.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
I think it's disrespectful.
Yeah.
Even though I know I'm going to get back in that bed that night, whatever. It takes usually a couple of minutes. I'm by myself, so I sleep on one side. I just pull the sheets up, make sure it's all good to go. And I got to tell you, it's made a huge difference. And I've heard my buddy's wife, I stay at my friend's house. I'm not friends with his wife, but she brings it up all the time. In the past 10 years that I've stayed there, she'll bring it up time to time with people. Oh my God, he's the
Good
best.
house guest because he makes the bed.
always-
It's the simplest thing you could do, and it is you're getting the most bang for your buck. Okay, as far as a time investment of all the things you could do as a house guest,
Yeah.
I would rank making the bed number one, keeping whatever bathroom you're using clean number two,
Yep.
and number three, if it is that type of house, removing your shoes. That is something that
Three things that our friend Ken never does when he stays with me.
Oh, I bet you that drives your wife nuts.
And I don't know. She's just
Like, I'm okay
I think
with
it
no
drove her
shoe.
nuts in the beginning. Now it doesn't. Now it's just like you deal with it. So he comes over and he stays, and he leaves the next day. And I enjoy his company, and I like that he comes, and I'm fine with this. The bed is now. I made a comment a couple years ago, so now the comforter's pulled up. The sheets underneath are all messed up. The pillows aren't really straight. It's like a teenager, like when you tell them to make their bed and how they would make their bed. They pull the comforter up, but it looks like crap, And then I go in the bathroom and he flosses his teeth and there's chunks of food all over the inside of my sink that he can't just wash down. So this is
Okay, no, that's not going to change. He's not staying with me. I like seriously, I can't deal with that kind of
See,
stuff.
I'm an idiot. What am I doing?
I get so mad at my
What
kids.
am I doing?
So my kids do this thing where they kind of half-ass brush their teeth, and then when they're done, they bang all the toothpaste that didn't get onto their teeth and in their mouth. They got,
on the sink?
They got pushed down into the bristles of the toothbrush, and they bang it out on the sink, and they don't bother to do anything about it.
rinse that out.
So it just these little
chunks
of toothpaste that have been in somebody's mouth that are there, and it drives me insane. It drives me nuts. And the kids don't understand. They're like, oh, big deal. We're just going to do it again tomorrow. And I know they're going to do it again tomorrow. I'm like, listen, come here. Toilet paper. Take just a thing of toilet paper. Wipe it once, maybe twice if it's been in there for an extended period of time, and throw it in the toilet. Still, they're not doing it. They brush their teeth. I mean, it's like the Rolling Stones brushing their teeth. They brush their teeth. They throw the toothbrush
they're your
somewhere,
kids. You can yell at 'em.
somewhere on the counter, and then they go running off, and they're terrorizing.
You
everything.
can't yell at a house guest.
Yes, you can.
You can yell
You're
at
an
a
adult.
kid.
I say, listen, my kids have this problem, but you shouldn't have this problem. You're an adult.
My other favorite thing that he does is he's so predictable, and you know him. He's just one of these people that he's set in his ways. And so the next morning he gets up and he comes upstairs and he goes, "You got a banana?"
Banana and toast guy.
Yep, banana and toast. And it's like,
Which is not a bad breakfast. It's a pretty good breakfast, but
yeah, but he doesn't want to eat it there. He wants to take it on the road
every day.
It's like, wait, no, you're not taking it on the road. All right, if you want to eat my food, you'll eat it with me. You're not. I'm not a supply store here. You know, we're not, you don't just come in here and grab what you want and take off. It's not a freaking.
Well, I'm okay with that.
It's not a.
I'm a big proponent of.
What do they call that
road.
at the hotel? The continental. It's not a continental breakfast. Then he always comes upstairs and he's like, "Hey, any coffee?" And he always say, "Coffee? You got any coffee? You got any coffee?" So I turn the Keurig on. I make him a cup of coffee. He takes not one, 2 sips. He sets it down. He's been doing it for 10 years. I told my wife last time. I said, "I'm going to leave the cup there." So he comes up. She goes, "Why don't you say something to him?" I go, "Because it's a K-cup. It's 33 cents." But it's just so dumb. Like every time I give him the coffee, he takes 2 sips, he sets it down, and then he goes and he sits in the living room, and then he leaves it there.
Do you think I secretly think that people that do this, and he's not the only one that does it, I think a lot of people do this, they are societally conditioned to drink coffee even though they don't like it, so they don't finish it.
Yes, it has to be, right?
Because I don't understand it. Like,
who takes 2 sips, sets it down, and walks away, and then leaves it?
I mean, as a coffee addict, like if I have a little bit left in the cup when we're leaving the house, my wife gets so mad at me because I'll be like, "Hold on a second, I just forgot something inside. I'll go inside and I'll drink the rest of my coffee because I don't want it to go to waste." I want
coffee, dude. You can waste coffee. It's practically water.
But it is worth more than whatever you're paying for it because the benefits that you get from coffee. Okay.
Your wife gets mad at you if you leave a little coffee in the cup.
No, she doesn't get mad at me.
Oh.
I get mad at myself.
Oh, I see.
She gets mad at me because I'm holding everybody up because I'm sitting there downing hot coffee and I go back inside the house. Why don't you put
it in a cup and take it with you?
Because not enough to put it into a cup and take it with me.
God, you're so weird. Okay.
I drink a lot of coffee.
People are just weird. You're weird. I guess I'm weird too, but yeah, the whole thing of just having this routine that he has to have the 2 sips. So my wife left early that day. She didn't come back till like 4 or 5 o'clock. It was a Sunday. I think I was watching football, but I left that coffee cup right on the kitchen table. And it'd been sitting there so long, there was a little ring around, the coffee ring. And she just comes in, she goes, "No way." And I go, "Yeah, I had to leave it there because I didn't think you would believe me." 2 sips every time, walks out.
To that end, if I did that,
I think from now on,
I come home later, I drink the coffee that's in there. Even though it's
gross.
cold. I'm dead serious. I'm not wasting coffee. I don't waste coffee at all.
Drinking off somebody else's cup.
Never, ever. No, I'm not going to drink off of somebody else's cup, but I would drink off of my cup.
Oh, yeah.
If
I'll drink cold coffee. I like cold coffee. I'll even heat it or drink it cold.
That's a sign we have a problem.
I think what I'm going to do from now on, though, is I'm going to get to-go cups. I'm going to go to the store. I'm going to buy some styrofoam or paper cups.
Styrofoam. Do styrofoam all the way.
And I'm going to give it to him and say, "Oh, dude, you forgot your coffee." "Oh, I don't want that." "Nope, I made it. You're drinking it." Anyways, you can weigh in 805-543-3693. The worst thing your house guest or house guests do that drive you nuts.
Subscribe to the Jeff and Jeremy podcast now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, and YouTube. It's your Central Coast commute-friendly podcast.